Have you ever seen someone shift their hips towards the right in a squat? In this video, we're going to be talking about why that happens and what to do about it. Hi, I'm Alex Effort, founder of Resilient Training and Rehab. I've helped thousands of coaches and clinicians get faster and more consistent results with their clients. Let's get into it. When we're looking at a squat, there's a lot of different aspects that we can consider. We can take a look at the foot, the knee, the hip, the rib cage, as well as the hand position, which is why it's such a great assessment measurement. But one of the most common things that I see is somebody shifting their hips one side versus another. So let's talk about why that happens. So if we have somebody who shifts their hips towards the right in their squat, this is somebody who doesn't have enough hip flexion or internal rotation of their hip. So if I don't have enough hip flexion, that pelvis is going to start to dump forward. If I don't have enough internal rotation, that pelvis is going to start to turn away from that side. So now I've got a pelvis that's going forward and towards the other side, which is now going to create this space in the back of the hip. Now, sometimes it's not real space. This is why some people could feel some SI joint stuff happening on that right side. Maybe they get some tendinopathy in the lower part of, some tendinopathy in that upper part of the hamstring. There's a bunch of different things that they could be experiencing because it's not a true turn into the side. It's actually a whole pelvis that's rolling. So the spine is creating a lot of rotation as well, putting muscles that are not in a position to work under load or under more stress. If I'm missing this hip flexion, internal rotation, that's when I'm going to start to shift towards that right side. So now let's talk about two different exercises that we can use in order to turn the pelvis so it's facing more forward and start to reinforce that hip flexion and internal rotation. So for the first exercise, we're going to do a lateral strider. What we need to do is decompress that left hip, and by laying on that left side, it's going to help do that. And we're going to create this hip extension on the right so we can start to turn the hips back towards the left. So how we're going to set up is we're going to have our knee bent not at 90 degrees, but maybe around 60 degrees. We're going to lay on top of an ab mat because what it's going to do is it's going to open up this right side. Sometimes when people get in this position, you start to see them side bending. So this position is just going to help create some space in this right side so I'm not hiking up my hip. I'm going to have my right foot slightly back compared to my left, and my right hand turned inwards just to keep that back open again. Just going to take a big breath in through my nose. As I breathe out, I'm going to push the inside of my right foot into the wall. So I start to feel this right glute kicking on. If you don't feel the right glute kicking on, maybe you feel too much here, you may have to bring that leg down a little bit. Play around with your foot position so you can feel that right glute. I don't want you to squeeze the glute. I just want you to feel it by pressing your foot into the wall. So you're just going to hold this position. You're going to do 6 big breaths, breathing in through your nose, breathing out as you press into the wall. Now, when you stop breathing out, I don't want you to lose the press. I want you to just press more and more and more, keeping this knee bent. So I don't want this knee to extend excessively, just pressing with that knee staying bent in the inside edge of the foot. So for this next exercise, now we're going to get more upright against gravity and we're going to still drive that hip extension. But again, what a lot of people want to do when they start using the hip extension is they want to arch their back. So by having the cable in front of us, it's going to keep our rib cage locked down. And by having our right knee down, we're going to start to create more hip extension on that right side. So I'm going to take a big breath in through here. I'm going to breathe out as I pull down towards that right leg. Take a big breath in. And when I breathe in, I want to think like I'm pushing myself up taller. So I'm pushing my knee into the ground, getting taller. You feel a lot of hamstring kick on. Breathe out as you come back. Big breath in here. Make sure you're leaning back a little bit so you're not squeezing your shoulder blades together. Breathe out as you pull down. And then breathe out as you come back up. If you do about 2 sets, about 6 reps. Both these exercises are great warm-up exercises. You can also integrate an exercise like this into your program. And what I would do is I would keep the same position and I would just do a cable chop towards that left leg, reinforcing that right hip extension. The hip shift in a squat is not necessarily a problem until it becomes one. It just reflects a limitation in your hips somewhere. And instead of overloading it, it's important to understand that we can modify certain exercises in order to reinforce some of that symmetrical motion at the pelvis so that we can start to load tissues equally. If you want to learn more about compensations like the squat, check out my Mastering Assessment mini course. It talks about the different compensations you may see in a squat and understand why they happen. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like, save, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.